So far in Robot Wars, Snowstorm proved to be too wedge for opponents as they all fell and crashed. 259 showed the danger of their big blade as it chewed up the competition. Chaos 2 tossed and turned bots one after the other and even over the fence. And last week, Endgame caused shock after shock as it battered bots right over the wall. Now I want more carnage! Hello and welcome back to Robot Wars, and we'll be seeing flying blades in the arena as there are 3 flippers and 5 spinners entering to cause major chaos, which I think everyone will want to not only see, but also want to find cover as flying blade is very dangerous. So let's see how this heat lines up. The Heaty lineup: Ziggy the Canadians with the flipper against the spinners of Wheelvert and Vader. Star Charlie with I have no idea what against the flipper of Stampede and the spinner of the weirdly named Yovotono. But first up, it's the flipper of Bulldog Breed against the spinning blades of Buzzer and the crushing claw and axe of Steel Scorpion. Bulldog Breed Flipper. A very strong CO2 powered flipper, 2-wheel drive as well. It's fast and it's pretty dangerous. Do not get in the way of this Bulldog. Unless you manage to come at it with a spinning weapon, which can cause it problems, because the armor isn't all that strong. Plus, it's a CO2 powered flipper. As we all know, they have a limited CO2 gas supply. Buzzer Spinner. It's almost like Buzzer's trying to be 2 things at once, the front end that of a Witch Doctor with the spinning blades, and the back end of a Tombstone with the spinning bar. It can drive both ways up, which is a plus. Plus, with the 2 weapons, it's protected from both the front and the back, which is another win for it. But the wheels are exposed, but not only that, so is the drive belt chain, which could possibly prove to be its downfall if that chain gets snagged. Steel Scorpion Axe Bot. 2 crushing claws and an axe, as well as exposed wheels. They're not really going to be an issue as they're so far into the machine, but the high ground clearance given from those forks, as well as the axe when it's back, that could possibly be a problem for Steel Scorpion. So Steel Scorpion will have to be very wary of that little issue.
Roboteers, stand by.
Bulldog Breed with the flipper, Buzzer with the front blade and spinning bar at the back, and Steel Scorpion with the claws and the axe.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
So who will come out on top in this one? Probably Bulldog Breed. They're holding up against Buzzer and already throwing them into the air. Sparks flew as well and flinging themselves up and over while trying to deal with Steel Scorpion. Steel Scorpion coming in, rushing Bulldog Breed. Now, how will Bulldog Breed come out of this? They are in a bit of a bother. Buzzer can't seem to move properly. Steel Scorpion giving Bulldog Breed a hard time. Trying to sparks fly and Steel Scorpion now sending into the air. Steel Scorpion pushing into Buzzer. Not much movement from Buzzer. There's not much Buzzer can really do at this point, is there? Let's be real. There isn't now! They're out! And Steel Scorpion up and over! So, I think that might just, win it for Bulldog Breed. Trying to throw Steel Scorpion out the arena like they did to Buzzer. To no avail that attack or that one. And now Bulldog Breed wondering if they should even bother. But well, okay, Steel Scorpion, you can't sit there. There we go. No, that's the wrong way. No, that's not what Bulldog Breed wants. That's probably better. Out they go. That's the end of Steel Scorpion, and Bulldog Breed just about gets it into the Gold Rumble. Steel Scorpion into the Silver Rumble, Buzzer into the Bronze. And their confirmation: Bulldog Breed, Gold, Buzzer, Bronze, Steel Scorpion, Silver. Next up, Star Charlie, Stampede, and Yovotono. Star Charlie. Your guess is as good as mine. I don't even know either, but I can assume that because of how it's designed with the wheels, it can drive both ways up. It's also in the shape of a star. It's got some wedges and some points, so... I see what their purpose is. They're to help stop it from going up on its side. That's clever. Unfortunately, it does mean that it's easy to flip up and over because of the high ground clearance. Also, it's a little bit lightweight for most people. Stampede! Flipper! So this machine was clearly based off of an elephant, as you can tell from the eyes, ears, tusks, and the trunk. 6-wheel drive. It's got a very big flipper. The spikes on top actually help do some extra damage, so it's got that going for it. But I'm wondering, how effective will this machine be? Can it self-right? And will those wheels that are exposed, by the way, prove to be its downfall? Yovotono! Spinner! The hell kind of name is that? I don't know, but let's take a look at this machine. I mean, first off, look at the artwork. That is just amazing. Next up, you got the wedge, as well as the big spinner. That looks to be its key feature, and if that weapon is as strong as I think it is, then its name is not really gonna matter at all, is it? Although, the wheels at the back are pretty exposed.
Robot ears, stand by.
I still need to figure out what it is Star Charlie's weapon is. I'm sorry about that. Stampede with the tusks and the flipper. Yovotono with the spinner.
2, 1.
Oh, that's a poor start there for Stampede, and Yovotono taking advantage and ripping into Stampede, ripping them. Look at all the bits off them, and I think that's from the drive as well. Star Charlie flipped by Stampede, and Yovotono ripping Stampede apart. Is there movement in Star Charlie? Yes, there is. I think they were just a bit perplexed. Yovotono flipped by Stampede now. Star Charlie trying to get on the action, and now they're flipped by Stampede, and now Star Charlie attacked by Yovotono, and Yovotono patting them into the arena wall, and at the arena, Star Charlie's gone, and Stampede, meanwhile, immobilized. There's no movement. So here's the question: Yovotono clearly into the bronze, into the gold, I should say. Who was out first? Stampede or Star Charlie? And the judges say Stampede immobilized before Star Charlie, so Star Charlie goes in with the silver. Next up, it's Ziggy, Wigglebert, and Vader. Ziggy. Flipper. A 6-wheel drive super heavyweight robot hailing from Canada with a powerful CO2 flipper and a front wedge to help make the flipper work. The wheels are a bit tiny, so if they go, this machine is basically dead in the water. Flipping it is going to be tricky, so they've got that going for them. The armor is very strong, but there is a limited CO2 supply, and the wheels are exposed. Wigglebert. Spinner. A front little wedge that leads up to a big spinning blade. The 4 wheels, well, 2 wheels with 2 little helpers, help this machine drive forwards, and the 2 wheels are exposed. And if I'm honest, I'm not 100% sure if this machine is 100% structurally secure. I feel, to me personally, feels like it's lacking in armor. Vader. Spinner. A very big weapon, almost close to that of 259's. 2-wheel drive as well, plus the armor is for the most part polycarbonate. Yeah, that's not great for them. That means if you get at them with the right weapon, you could easily damage them. I don't think they thought this through. Or maybe they did. I don't know.
Roboteers, stand by.
Ziggy, the super heavyweight with the flipper, or launcher. Wigglevert and Vader, two machines with spinning blades.
3, 2, 1.
And actually, Ziggy's not the only super heavyweight in this. We also saw Steel Scorpion at 153 kilograms. And right now, I think it's Ziggy being ganged up here by both the spinners, although Wigglevert's on fire. And I think there's a problem for Wigglevert. There definitely is a problem for Vader. They're gone! Ziggy's thrown them out! Well, that's the end of Vader, but look at this from Vader onto Wigglevert. They've hit something vital, and I think it's disabled Wigglevert. There's no movement. And Ziggy having a bit of fun here. Wigglevert immobilized, on fire, disabled, dead. Poor Wigglevert. We didn't see a lot out of them. Dear, oh dear. Well, you feel bad for him. But now, oh! And now there's more problems! Wigglevert have more problems now than they were before. Up and over. Ziggy coming in with the flipper, and out they go! Out the arena! And Ziggy, the winner! And I'm being told from the judges, Wigglevert was immobilized before Vader went out. So it's Wigglevert into the bronze, Vader the silver, and Ziggy to finally into the gold. And there's how the fight ended. Ziggy ending up in the gold, Vader in the silver, and Wigglevert in the bronze. But I'm being told that Wigglevert took too much damage in that fight and won't be repaired in time for the Bronze Rumble. They need more time, so they've switched places with Vader. So it's Vader against Buzzer and Stampede. Steel Scorpion and Star Charlie will be fighting Wigglevert if they are ready. And Bulldog Greed will be battling against Yobotono and the super heavyweight machine, Ziggy.
Roboteers, stand by.
Buzzer with the spinning blades, Vader with the spinning disc, and the Tuscan Flipper of Stampede, who will be heading through to the Death or Glory.
3, 2, 1.
That'll be interesting to see. And immediately, not much happening. A few flips from Stampede, who are now up and over and flung up by Vader. And in comes Stampede and throwing Vader up and over and onto their disc. And that was a great attack there from Stampede. And they've actually immobilized Vader. They can't move from that position. They're being counted out. And that's it. Vader gone. So now it is just Stampede and Buzzer. And Buzzer flipped up and over. And this could be the end for Stampede's problems, because Buzzer does have two spinning blades, and Stampede not giving them a chance to really get them into play. Only one's working though. I wonder if there's a problem with the other blade, the blade at the back. There's still a bit of movement in Buzzer, and they've righted themselves, but Stampede immediately cancelling that. This is a pretty good fight here. Stampede trying to knock out Buzzer, but to no real avail. Buzzer spinning themselves back onto the wheels. That's a great self-righting technique there. If this goes to the judge's decision, they'll be marking on style control, damage, and aggression, and that will count towards Buzzer. But in terms of damage, what's really happening? You're seeing sparks fly. Not now, but you were. Was that really damaging to Stampede? Or was it all just superficial? Stampede underneath Buzzer again. And I'm wondering if there's a problem with the weapon on Stampede now. Have they just run out of CO2? They probably have. And now I'm wondering if the drive is okay. Well, they're trying to move with Buzzer. And Buzzer stuck on Stampede. In fact, I think they're both stuck. And they are both being counted out. Well, how's this gonna go? It's going to go to the judges. But look at this. They're stuck. Buzzer pushing away, and they're both stuck.
Cease.
Cease is called. It's gonna go to the judges. How are they gonna mark this one? See if we can't help them out a bit. So, Stampede, a bit of damage from Buzzer, but not superficial. Just, yeah, actually superficial. But that was a good attack there from Stampede. They separated as well, flipping Vader up and over and practically immobilizing them. And then they practically dominated the fight against Buzzer. They took control, flipping Buzzer up against the wall. And they flipped them all the time. Buzzer righted themselves, but Stampede rammed them back over. Said, nope, you are staying up and over. Little bit of sparks, but not enough to cause serious problems. Just superficial. Good slam from Buzzer, though, slamming Stampede into the wall. But this was where everything changed. Stampede drove into Buzzer, and they got stuck on top. They couldn't get rid of them. And then this was where it all went wrong. Stampede sort of lost power, and Buzzer, they couldn't really move at all. They were stuck, and the two of them were counted out. I wonder how this is gonna go. Just wanted to hear back from the judges about the whole fight, and I'm being told that Stampede were more on top than Buzzer, and Stampede goes through to the death or glory. Goodbye, Buzzer. They're out. Next up, Steel Scorpion and Star Charlie. They're ready. Are Wigglebert, though? That's the question.
Robot ears, stand by.
Steel Scorpion, Star Charlie, and Wigglebert. Hopefully they've prepared themselves in time for this. Hence why they're in the Silver Rumble.
2, 1.
Seem to have. Now the blade definitely working at the speed. Steel Scorpion already up and over. Right from the start. The one strike and even hit the axe as well. Steel Scorpion launched into the air. And that was nearly the end of Star Charlie. They were nearly out the arena. Steel Scorpion, they're gone. They're out. A great attack from Wigglebert. Here's the attack on Star Charlie again. Nearly gone. And are just beached up on the angle grinder. And Wigglebert, a much better fight than in the fight against Ziggy and Vader. What a performance from Wigglebert! They progress through to the death or glory! A great performance from Wigglebert. They are very much in full working order. Next up, Bullock Breed, Yobotono, and the Super Heavyweight runner-up, Ziggy.
Robot ears, stand by.
Bullock Breed with the flipper. Ziggy, the Super Heavyweight Canadian machine with the launcher. And the Japanese spinner, Yobotono.
3, 2, 1.
And this would be... oh, hello. Ziggy's weapon is in the air. Well, they're underneath Yobotono. Bullock Breed using that to their advantage to get in a good few flips. Good few sparks as well. And now Bulldog Breed throwing Yamamoto into the air. And what's that on the floor? As Yamamoto's flung, something else has come off as well. Oh! And now Bulldog Breed feeling the wrath of Yamamoto. That's, well, Yamamoto, brutal. A very dangerous machine. And Yamamoto coming in on the attack on Ziggy. And I think I know what they are. They're wheels. So, well, there's Bulldog Breed battered again. Self-right, but into the weapon of Yamamoto. And I think Bulldog Breed are effectively gone. And I think Ziggy has broken down. There's no movement in Ziggy. Bulldog Breed, there's no self-righting. Yamamoto throwing themselves up and over. And Bulldog Breed being counted out. I am confused. Oh, there's movement! There's a bit of movement from Ziggy. There's some movement. I love the name Yamamoto. I love the machine. It's a weird name, but it's an effective robot. Oh, and sending Ziggy roly-poly across the floor. And effectively disabling Ziggy. And I don't think there's any movement in them now. That's it for Ziggy. They are counted out and immobilized. And a great victory for Yamamoto. They progress through to the heat final, meaning Ziggy and Bulldog Breed will be heading into the Death or Glory to fight Stampede and Wigglebert. And Yamamoto coming to make sure that Ziggy is dead. They are. There's no life. And Yamamoto throwing themselves up and over. I don't think they understand how walls work. Great fight. Once again, a very dominant display by Yamamoto despite a few close calls with Bulldog Breed. But it's Bulldog Breed who goes into the Death or Glory, as well as Ziggy. Oh, Ziggy. Meaning this is how the Death or Glory looks. Stampede, Wigglebert, Bulldog Breed, and Ziggy. 3 flippers and 1 spinner. I slightly feel bad for Wigglebert, if I'm honest.
Robot ears, stand by.
3 flippers and a spinner. Stampede, Ziggy, Bulldog Breed, and Wigglebert.
3, 2, 1.
Who will be the last machine standing in this Death or Glory? Well, it won't be Bulldog Breed. They've flipped themselves up and over right from the start. Stampede coming in to see if they're okay. They've self-righted. Wigglebert coming in for Ziggy. Bulldog Breed underneath. Oh, up and over! And I think they've done damage. Yes, they have. They've gone into Wigglebert. They're immobilized now. And Ziggy's oh, Ziggy's gone. A great attack there from Stampede. Almost throwing Wigglebert out the arena as well. Bulldog Breed had to get in the way though, didn't they? And now up and over goes Bulldog Breed. And Stampede keeping a very watchful eye on Bulldog Breed. Underneath, nearly throwing them out the arena. Not on that assault. Not on that one either. They're desperately trying. They've already gotten Ziggy out, so we know they can do it. This is a brilliant fight so far between these two. Bulldog Breed and Stampede. In comes. That's the end of that. Bulldog Breed are gone! Out the arena! And a great victory from Stampede. Ziggy out the arena, Wigglebert immobilized and destroyed, and Bulldog Breed thrown out of the arena. And Stampede trying to do the end. I don't think they've got enough power in their weapon. Stampede to the Heat Final. An impressive display by Stampede. Very good. Throwing out the super heavyweight runner-up machine, Ziggy, as well as dispatching Bulldog Breed. That was a surprise. And claiming the final spot in the Heat Final to join Yovotono. And this will be quite a fight, as we've seen them fight before, and it wasn't too pretty for Stampede. Let's see if history will repeat itself.
Robot ears, stand by.
The Heat Final. Yovotono with the spinner, and Stampede with the flipper. And hopefully Stampede's learned a few new things.
3, 2, 1.
Well, they flipped themselves up and over. They did that before in their opening heat. But they've righted themselves, so now they might just have a better shot. Of course, now they've gone up and over. And Yovotono, well, not so much damage being caused this time round. There was a lot of damage in their opening fight. And something's already come off, and Stampede's flung away onto the angle grinder. Now, that's what I thought was going to happen. They can't self-right. And I think that's a tie that's come off! And something else has come off of Stampede as well. And now the damage is starting to become appear. That wasn't, English. And now Yovotono stuck in the wall. And there's a problem here. There's no... Is Yovotono okay? Yes, they are. Okay, good. Stampede nearly had them there. But now... Stampede pinning Yovotono in. Because they know what the weapon of Yovotono can do. And they are afraid of it. And can you blame them? The lethal weapon of Yovotono about to disable, and that's a wheel! A wheel's gone! That's one less wheel on Stampede. And well, Stampede battered and bruised. And I think you're also out of CO2 as well. As Yovotono just toys with them at this point. Just smashes them. Putting on a fight. The front wedge lip for Stampede's flipper is gone. Poor Stampede. They had a great... I think they just took Stampede's eye off. Oh, and flung away as well. Well, they're still moving. They weren't in the first fight. But now Yovotono brutalizing Stampede. And there's not much Stampede can really do here. And roly-poly up and over. There's something else come flying off. Look at this. One hit and they're up and over once again. This is a very dangerous weapon. Much stronger than any of the other weapons we've seen so far in the series, spinner-wise. And Stampede, I think, are done. I think the only spinner weapon that comes close to being as effective as Yovotono's is Endgame. And Stampede, there's no real life left. They're effectively running on fumes. And I don't think Stampede can move. And down goes... Well, they were aiming for the pit. It's not done what Yovotono wanted. But one nudge sends Stampede out. And it's Yovotono through to the Grand Finals. But a great performance from Stampede, and a well-deserved victory for the Japanese and Yovotono. The first three heats won by British teams, Heat D won by the Kiwis, and Heat E claimed by the Japanese, with one of the weirdest names I think we've ever had so far. But congrats to Yovotono as they claim the 5th spot in the finals, and the tension is beginning to everyone as the gap is getting smaller. Take care everyone, and I'll see you all in Heat F with 9 new machines ready to duke it out. Good night.